that, and if you don't have that and you rush to have a child, then you're going to be in trouble. Plumbing explains it. I know guys been on Suboxone for 10 plus years. Yeah, me too, man. Circlone said, I've been on methadone for 2 to 3 years and I'm trying to get off of it now, but I know for a fact it's going to be impossible without my doctors helping me wean off over a period of months. Yeah, you might need doctor help with some of that shit, man. I don't love doctors myself, but when it comes to that stuff, there are people that can help you, I think. There's definitely people that can help you wean off that shit. NFG Peasy said, love you, Brandon. Got to get back to the 16-hour shift, man. NFG Peasy, I hope you have a good shift, brother. Thanks for stopping in, and I wish you well with your work and your job. Jacob Roberts said, I can drop it any time, but I always pick Nick back up. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a lot of things. I think that's something I've been doing with the weed, man. I feel like I've quit so many times and started again, and right now what I think about that is I'm attributing that to putting too much emphasis on just not smoking and like, all right, I'm not smoking, so I'm fine. But I haven't put emphasis in the past on I'm not smoking. That's just one of the things I need to do. To build on that, I need to make sure I'm sleeping well, make sure I'm eating good, make sure I'm in the gym, and make sure I'm setting reasonable, attainable goals instead of saying, man, I'm not smoking weed ever again in my life. And then 11 months pass, and I'm like, man, I don't feel good. Maybe I should try that weed again. You know, this time I'm just setting a 1 month deadline for myself, and I'll be reevaluating come November 1st, and I'm looking forward to that, man. Looking forward to that. Slauzer said, I bet you can overdose on all these new 75 plus liquid kratom extracts and such, but with power and toss and wash any more than 5 to 8 grams, I vomit. Man, we got gentlemen out here getting manged up. They're getting that red Bali in their veins, and it's making them puke. I just broke this. What the fuck? How did that? Hold on. I just broke my keyboard. Okay. Chronic Overburn. Comment of the stream. Yay. Bum. Fent is scary. Definitely, man. Unlocking paradoxes. Best thing would be cold turkey in my opinion, but it definitely won't be an easy task. Yeah, for me, I like the cold turkey method, but I don't think realistically I've gotten very out of control with my substance use. I think my addictions have been mostly rooted in mental addictions, not physical, and I don't necessarily know that I am the best person to fully relate to the physical withdrawals and all that. You know it's a hell, man. And if you're going through that, I really wish you the best. Slauzer said, weed makes everything not boring. Yeah, and through weed making everything not boring, I think it enables you to be complacent and enables you to just get stuck in your ways, man. If you're not bored and you don't have time to be like, damn, what am I doing? You're just gonna be sitting around cranking your Johnson, playing video games, eating Cheetos, and giggling about shit. When otherwise you might be like, yo, I need to do something more productive. But not trying to shit on weed smoker, man. If you're smoking weed out there and you're enjoying it, keep doing it. I think of all the crutches that you could have, that's probably one of the safer ones. Bobby Hill, stream title reminds me of a song called Spinning My Wheels by Morning Jacket. That's a great band, and I haven't heard that song. I'd like to listen to that after stream. Spinning My Wheels. I feel like we need to take action, bro. We need to take action, and I know I've been harping on that, but I hope that you guys aren't stopping yourself before we start. I hope you guys aren't like. Let me think about it. Think about it like this. So eloquent how I speak, right? Like, ask yourself, if you're not happy with how you feel right now, would you regret making a change? If you're not feeling good with how your life is right now, what would you lose by attempting to make a possible change and it not working out, right? So if you don't feel good now, you want to make a possible change, and you're like, well, what if I can't? What if I can't? I mean, then you're in the same position you are now, right? And you're back on the wheel. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with trying to hop off that wheel and seeing if you can't make some progress. You know, that's what I think about that. And I don't want. I've been talking to a lot of people in my personal life since I started this stream, because I feel like a lot of people have been reaching out to me, probably because they see me, being vulnerable and not being judgmental. And I think a lot of people are in search for people who won't judge them and who will try to understand them and hear them out and help them. And I know a lot of people I've been talking to, they have all these issues, right? They have all these problems, like we all do. But every time a possible solution or a possible thing that they could try to do to get better is brought up, they're like, no, I can't do that, but I can't do that, no, can't do that, but can't do that. And then it's like I'm left asking them, like, do you have your mind made up that you are going to be unhappy forever? Because that's what it seems like. It seems like some people have their mind fully made up that nothing is going to get better, and it doesn't matter what anyone says to them, they're going to say, I can't do that, can't do this, can't do that, can't do that. But everything's horrible. And then you try to offer a possible solution or not. I mean, sometimes there's no solution. Sometimes it's just changing the way you think. But I don't know. I'm running into that with some of my friends, and I'm not trying to be mean or too hard on them. But I just think that we have to take action, man. I think thinking about it too much and not being able to make progress on it can be harmful. I think that can be harmful. Alexandra, man, I need to get better at pronouncing words. Alexander Xavier Fernandez, have you thought about coming to Brazil to record some videos? Yeah, I would love to go to Brazil. I would love to go over to, where shit's popping off. The big zone. I'd like to go over to Israel and Palestine, man, and I'd like to do some on-the-street journalism. What do you guys think about that? Should I hit the road next year and go overseas and into some of these crazy areas and talk to these people and get some perspectives? Joshua Meyer, you motivate me to do better in life. Man, all you guys that show up to the stream, you motivate me to do better as well. Honestly, I want to do better, not just for myself, but also for all the people that watch my content, for my family, for people that want me to entertain them, people that want me to do the journalist stuff. I mean, yeah, I want to be better too, man. I really do. Chronic Overburn, what's the goal for content in the future? More journalism? I mean, man, I can. I have so many videos. I can look. I'll rattle off some of the videos I have on the way. Like I said, I don't have to film another video until like mid 2024. Like I have enough content to post every week until 2024. So the plan is to pump these videos out, and I don't know what I'm thinking right now is I'd like to do some overseas shit, and I'd like to cover some of the stuff going on in Puerto Rico and Israel and Palestine. I'd like to go back to Hawaii and cover some of the stuff that's going on there. Okay, let me see if I can't find my my video list here. So yeah, I have from Hawaii. I have the Waianae homeless campment, the Eddie Aikau surfing thing, climbing the stairway to heaven. I filmed for 3 weeks exploring Oahu. It's like a little or a pretty big vlog thing exploring Big Island. Bro, when I was in Big Island, Hawaii, me and my girlfriend were driving around Pahoa, which is actually one of the most dangerous areas of Hawaii. I didn't even know. We didn't even do anything there. We just stayed in a yurt in Pahoa, and it was like 1 a.m, and we were about a quarter mile from our yurt, and I took a left turn, and there was just a child in the middle of the road screaming, and like my girlfriend's gut instinct was to like roll down the window and get out of the car, but my instinct was to peel off and get away. And then after I got away, there was like reports in the area of gangs robbing people. That shit was scary. I got sidetracked. What else do I have? I have all my Japan content, man. I went to the most homeless place in Japan, Nishinari. I went to all the animal cafes in Japan. I went to Monkey Mountain. I saw the Nara deer. I spent a night in Hiroshima. I got drunk in Osaka. I went to American Village. I looked for the Yakuza. One of my favorite videos that's coming up is the Don Quixote video. I went to Rabbit Island, ate a bunch of fast food. I have a video with me and Pawpaw from St. Patrick's Day. I have a video from Cancun, Mexico about the open air drug markets. I got some hood documentaries from DC, Baltimore, Virginia. I got a documentary about this girl named Puppy Girl Jenna, girl who acts like a dog. I got a documentary about the Blade in Bissonnette in Houston with D Flowers. Got a super big documentary about Crips in Houston, man. I filmed for like 5 days on this Crips documentary. Got a profile piece on Johnny Dang. got a profile piece on this rapper named Drody. He's featured on that Mexican OT song, Johnny Dang, and he grew up in East Freeport, Texas, and they've wiped that community off the map completely. They have leveled and destroyed every home in his neighborhood, hundreds of homes, and we did a little profile piece about that. Did a profile piece on Peso Peso. We got a lot of stuff coming, man. Gathering the Juggalos, Box Wine Part 4, Shrek Fest Milwaukee, did a Milwaukee Hood video with Tommy. We got a bunch of stuff in the just a bunch of stuff. I could go on forever, man. I don't want to rattle off what we're doing here on the stream. I'm about 30 minutes in and I'm talking too much about shit that's not necessarily related. So, yeah, I'll probably go ahead and look at some calls, man. I'll probably go ahead and get some calls. I'm looking at the chat and I'm getting a little distracted. It's a lot to take in. Go to South Africa. Check out the drugs. Interesting. Chronic Overburn. We still hate Danny Mullen and his lapdog, right? I mean, I don't like those guys, but if you like them, that's up to you. For sure. Jacob Roberts said, I want to go to Rabbit Island. Yeah, me too, man. It was good. It was crazy. Rabbit Island was this place in Japan where they they made like nuclear weapons, and it's got rabbits everywhere. Brandon do a documentary on Young Lean and Blady. I could do that. That'd be cool. Can't wait for the Japan stuff. Yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited for the Japan stuff. I'm excited for a lot of the stuff that's coming. Do a video on train hopping. I would like to do that. I would like to do that. Glad you're still grinding videos like a pro. Best channel on YouTube, to be honest. Camille Kells, are you Jewish or just naturally funny? That's a very interesting question, man. No, I'm not Jewish. I am not Jewish, but I appreciate you asking, man. I would consider myself a... let's go ahead and take a call. Alright. Who do we have here? Yo, are we ready to rock?
Yes, sir. How are you, man?
Alright, let's get it. Let's get it. Big Pharma, what's going on?
Hey, how are you, man?
How are you doing, dude? I'm good. I'm excited to be here with you, man.
Yeah, me too, man. I'm good. I saw your topic, and it's something I really wanted to talk about. I wanted to approach your topic from a perspective of someone who's sort of made it and then fallen back off the wagon a little bit. So just for a little reference, I'm 18 years old right now. I'm a freshman in college. And right now I'm pretty fit. You know, I can bench 2 plates. I can do all the standard fitness stuff that people, you know, like, right? But it didn't always used to be that way. Growing up, I was always like a very obese guy. When I was like 15 years old, I was like 5'7", 5'8", like 220 pounds, no muscle, like couldn't do a push-up, all this shit, right? I hope I don't make you feel old here, but my COVID for me was my sophomore year of high school. So yeah, and it was a big wake-up call for me because nothing changed. I remember everyone else being distraught. I can't believe, you know, I had to sit in my room all day. I can't believe I can't talk to my friends this much. I can't believe I can't get out and do things in the world. And I remember hearing all that shit, and I'm like, man, my life isn't too different anymore. I mean, this is what I was always doing. I was always consuming. I was wasting my time. And I would talk to myself for hours and hours every night. And because I didn't have anyone else to talk to, like, I went a little bit insane and shit. I remember...
What do you mean talking to yourself? Like, literally... Like...
Yes, literally out loud talking to myself for hours on end. I had a little like a prison style like tally mark system I would count the days on my wall with, and I promised myself, you know, I would have to change, and I kept on counting the days where it didn't change. But eventually one day I got off my fucking ass and I started working out. I remember the first day I was motivated to do it. My mom had like this little like exercise bike thing, not anything serious, like something $20 you would buy off Amazon. And I remember I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, holy shit, I can't believe I've gotten to this point. And I cried for half an hour on this exercise bike. And after that moment, I was just committed to losing weight. Long story short, I'm gonna skip you a bunch of details, but over sophomore year, I lost probably 40 to 50 pounds.
Hell yeah.
Over 6 months. So it was a big deal for me. And when I came back, people treated me differently. and I had so much confidence and all this self-esteem and shit like that. And I achieved everything I wanted to do. I was getting good grades. I was fucking girls I wanted to fuck. I was state champion in the thing I wanted to be good at. You know, I got a ring. I got to talk to school boards and, shit,
What was that?
and all this shit.
What'd you win states at?
I wanted to debate. I know it's a little nerd shit, but
No, debating is useful, man. There's a battle of words
yeah,
going on right now. We gotta win that.
hell yeah, man. I'm Virginia State debate champion. If you ever if you ever need anything like that.
Hell yeah.
So regardless, I did all this shit. I made all these friendships, right? And now I'm in a point in my life where the habits I have formed, you're talking about, you know, breaking the wheel and all this shit, are somewhat mixed. Where I know if I continue down the trend of what I do now, which is, you know, still working out, still doing all this shit, I will end up with a good life. But I know I won't end up with a great life. And something I wanted to talk about with you specifically, Brandon, is art. How do you get out of this rut of consuming and start producing things? I've wanted to produce things for so long, but I can't, like, make, you know, like shit like how you made it, you know?
Dude, if my number one advice right now that you could do today is do not watch any more short form content at all. Cut yourself off completely from short form content. The way these short form videos work is there's an algorithm, right? And you swipe. You don't choose what you watch. You just click some bullshit, right? And you watch, oh, what is that? 15, 30 seconds. And then you swipe to something else. And it's just this never-ending loop of bullshit that you don't need to watch. It's completely useless and irrelevant. And it's so bad for your brain, this dopamine hit of this short-form shit. So I would say first cut out all short-form content, right? That is my main thing that I would recommend. And then if you do want to watch long-form content, just make sure you're choosing what you watch, dude. Don't let the algorithms feed you things. I feel like the biggest issue is the algorithms feeding you a bunch of bullshit and slop that is just so fucking useless. Because, dude, you can watch videos all day and then think about what you watched and be like, holy fuck, what did I
didn't do shit.
Yeah, what did I just look at? What did I just learn? Was I even enjoying that?
Mm-hmm.
And also, you know, when you start creating stuff, you're just inherently going to consume stuff less. Like me, I was such a huge YouTube fan, and then whenever I became a full-time YouTuber, like I don't watch YouTube very much. I mean, I watch very few things because it's just a distraction. It's a distraction for me because I want to create stuff, not consume stuff. Not to say consuming stuff's bad. I mean, I love being a fan of stuff and I love consuming stuff when the time is right. But yeah, you can set timers on your phone to put some restrictions on yourself as far as how much time you're spending on these apps. And then as far as, dude, this is perfect. This is perfect. Let me pull this up. So as far as breaking out of what in the hell? Breaking free from that trap of consuming too much and not creating. Let's see. You guys see that? Yeah. So I started YouTube June 18th, right? And I wanted to do YouTube for so long, and I kept putting it off, staying on that hamster wheel of not creating. And I finally made the decision to post, right? And I post every single Thursday for 81 weeks. And if you look at this chart, I don't know if you can see this chart. There were so many opportunities along this path where I'm posting and I'm not getting any views for me to say, this isn't worth it, this isn't what I want to do, man. But once you have goals, once you set goals and you know where you're going and you know what you want, then like I really feel like just being relentless and tackling that will eventually pay off. Because if you look at this chart, man, it was like the same, just I was in the same getting no views until my January 6th video, right? January 6th video popped off, and then I got some momentum. And then look what happened right after that, man. I died right back down. And that was my perfect time to quit. Perfect time. And then, boom, we have the big Danny Mullen beef, and it pops off. And then it's like starting to dwindle back down, And then the only thing that kept me going, man, is just being consistent. And I feel like this graph is a great example, man. This is 81 weeks. This is thousands and thousands of dollars of money lost, not made, lost in this period. And I didn't break even until, I don't know if you're looking at the stream, but I didn't break even until this point, man. This point at the very end. This whole time was me fucking losing money. And that's 81 videos, man. 81 videos where I'm the only one editing. I'm the only one planning the trips. I'm the only one coming up with ideas. I don't have a full-time camera guy, and I'm the only one funding these things. But when you want something bad enough, man, do not give yourself an excuse not to do it. Like, if you want to be a content creator, man, you have to make that a reality. And the sooner you make it a reality, the sooner you'll know if that's actually what you want. Because I know a lot of content creators, what in the hell? I know a lot of content creators that once they get to where they want to be, they don't like it anymore.
Yeah.
Someone that comes to mind, Jack Manley. Do you know who that is?
No, I don't.
Jack Manley, he's a YouTuber. He's one of my good friends. I really like Jack Manley. And he has 1.48 million subscribers. Jack Manley. And he was killing it, absolutely killing it. But when he got famous and he got to where he wanted to be, he realized that he didn't enjoy it. He realized it wasn't for him. But still, he doesn't regret trying. He doesn't regret doing it. Because you will never regret going for things. You will only regret not doing it. Unless we're talking about like breaking an innocent person's face. Like, you might regret doing that. But I'm talking about positive things. Like, dude, like, you know in your heart if you want to make content or not. And if you do want to make content and you don't try, you are going to regret that. I firmly believe that.
The one thing you have, which I think is very different to other people that I want to hear your input about, is the radical break from the 9 to 5, because you are one of the only people I've seen that has completely cut themselves off from this hamster wheel and completely changed the way you live your life and all this shit.
Yeah, I'm an extreme person, dude. I have always been an extreme person with I'm all or nothing. I'm all or nothing. And as soon as I realized that like when I filmed that first video in January 2020 and I realized it was what I wanted to do. It was just one video. That I committed, man, and I went all in. I went all in and I made a 6-month plan and I stuck to that 6-month plan, and then after that 6-month plan was just the start of the channel. And I think for some people, like, let's take Tommy G for instance. Tommy G did YouTube for like 3 years while he was working as a salesman, right? And he was trying to juggle the two, and he had some success, but not very much success. And it actually wasn't until Tommy G was fired from his job as a salesman that he then wrote down a list of things, and he said, what video ideas will change my life? He jumped out of a plane eating a hot chip. It didn't do anything. He did a marathon with no training. It didn't do anything. But then he did the Kia Boys video, and it went viral. And then now look at him, dude.
Right.
He has 1 million subscribers. So
yeah, I mean that's crazy shit, dude. I mean, the one thing I always like get caught up in, with myself is like I think about it like even if I had all this shit, even if I had all these great ideas, because I want to do more shit directed to like music and like the video type of shit. The biggest thing is, oh, how will I network? Oh, how will I like get this shit out there? How can I, not just, put it out to people with 5 views? And that keeps on stun locking me into a state of like submission, I know you had some like radical ideas. I saw your YouTube video about like how I became a YouTuber, the full story and all this. And you spent thousands of dollars on marketing with Danny Mullen and all this shit, right?
$3,000, and I mean, dude, I spent $3,000, and in that first week after his video was up, I got about 80% people hating me, and 20% them liking me, but I only gained like 200 subscribers. I spent $3,000 to gain like 200 subscribers, and I mean, what a perfect moment for me to think I failed, right?
Yeah, I mean, do you know the Shed Theory guys?
Yeah, I know Marlon and Joey and all those boys.
Yeah, I went to their show once. I went to their show in DC a couple months ago, and I remember seeing them live in concert, and I remember feeling I had after this, oh my god, like I can't believe I'm not doing that. And it wasn't a feeling of like I feel inspired. It was a sinking feeling in my chest. It was, holy shit, I am wasting my life doing what I'm doing now. And man, well, thank you for your advice. You just do have to try, the other thing.
What will you have lost, man? Let's say you try. The only time you lose is if you give up, dude. Like,
yeah.
I know it's so corny and cliche and whatever, dude, but I mean, this graph is just so telling when I look at this, man. Look at all the opportunities to give up, dude. Look at all the opportunities. I was losing money this whole time. Like, if I would have stopped at any of these moments, my YouTube career would have been just losing money. It would have been, oh, I quit my job, did all this crazy shit, and it just didn't work out. Damn. But I didn't quit. I never lost because I didn't quit. And now that I'm at where I'm at now if I end up stopping on YouTube, I will have stopped having been successful, right?
Yeah.
So I don't have to
You're
leave.
right.
I don't have to leave with my tail between my legs. I can say, damn. And that took,
You did it.
bro, that took two years and all the money that I had, literally everything, like door dashing to not go broke, getting drunk till I puke, just doing. I was trying just my best, bro. I was trying my best, and if I would have quit at any of these moments, then I would have lost. And I think the only thing that separated me from someone that didn't make it is I didn't stop.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
Hey, one more quick thing before I let you like take all these other calls. So for me, I know, you know the whole Sisyphus shit. You know, you're constantly climbing. You know, you're pushing the rock up the hill and all that.
Yeah.
For me with fitness, and I know this is something you've been doing. You've been getting back in the gym and all this shit. With me, I know it's never going to be enough. Like, you know, I can always look in the mirror and find something to hate about myself and all this shit, right? I know you've fallen off the wagon a little bit with your gym stuff. Do you think there's ever going to be a moment where you are satisfied with how you're doing in the gym or how you're doing with your YouTube channel?
Right now.
You feel good about it?
Right now, man. Right now, because I genuinely know that I'm trying my best. I genuinely have. Yeah, I mean, I know it's only day 9 and I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I genuinely am one of the weakest I've been in my life right now. If I look at all the highs I've had athletically, and I am probably one of the most satisfied I am. Not satisfied in the way that like it's enough, but satisfied in the way of like I'm doing everything I can and I'm trying my best, and I'm finding solace in that, you know.
It's outcome independence, right? And that's something I've been trying to incorporate into my mindset, because it's hard to have an outcome independent mind with that. It takes adjustment, because everything in life I feel is so outcome dependent, you know, drilled into you from a young age, right? You know, it's about the grade you get on the test, not about how hard you tried, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And one more thing, make sure you use leg drive when you bench press. I saw your video, your day 1 video when you were benching. I think it'll help you a lot. Make sure to put your tippy toes, you know, raise your tippy toes when you're benching. Lift up your legs, and it'll help you a lot with your chest. It'll help you a lot with stabilizing muscles and all this shit. I'm sure you've heard it before, but
no, hell yeah, I appreciate that pro tip, brother. But yeah, I think that can I ask you a question? When you think about your physique and you think about how you are unsatisfied, what exactly makes you unsatisfied? What are you thinking about?
I know I could always do more. I could always try better. I could always live in a cleaner way. I beat myself up about the times I eat, you know, I eat desserts and I, you know, eat over calorie limits and I do all this shit. Right now I'm back to 190 pounds, but you know, a good amount of that is musculature. I went from like 160 to 190. And I'm a little bit chubby, don't get me wrong, but I know that I could always be doing more, which I think is not an outcome independence thing. I think that's just a matter of like self-control and impulse control. I know there's no perfect standard, but at least for me, you know, this is just for me. I always have my dad yelling in my head. Like my dad has always been, you know, a guy who you know would like yell at me when I didn't do shit right. So like I always hear that voice in the back of my head when I fuck up, and I fuck up pretty consistently. You know, and everyone tells me that, you know, oh,